Hi guys, somehow summer is ending and now I'm here ready to talk about my September TBR.
Hey guys, it is already time to film September TBR.
And I had another decent August where I got to read a lot of things that I wanted to, which is fantastic. And I am also going to be starting off September with a book I've been waiting to read. And me and Amanda are going to be doing another Frida McFadden vlog. So this one we're going to be doing 3 different Frida books. Her new one comes out called The Coworker on 8/29. So I'm taping this right before 8/29, so I don't have it to show. So we're going to be doing The Coworker, we're going to be doing The X, and we're going to be doing Do Not Disturb. We did a Frida McFadden vlog months ago, and we did both housemaid books, Never Lie, and I'm forgetting, The Inmate, which is actually, I think, my favorite one from her. I really love The Housemaid. It was the first one I read, but I'm excited to read 3 more. These go so fast that I have a feeling that it's only going to take me a few days to do the 3. And I'm really excited for a while, but The Coworker's brand new. It's coming out soon, and I can't wait to do that one. So we're kicking off September with a vlog with Frida.
Fall has become my favorite time of year. I used to love summer. I used to just love of course, when you're in college and you are a kid in school, the freedom of summer because you have all this time to do what you want, and the warm weather and all the social activities going on, all the parades and the fireworks, and you're celebrating our Independence Day, and I just loved that. But as I've gotten older, fall has become my favorite time of year, so I am very excited. And once again, I have a very aggressive TBR, so let's just get into it. The first books on my September TBR, and I'm gonna group them all together, are Frida McFadden books because Jen and I, as you guys know, love Frida McFadden. She has a new book coming out called The Coworker, and it is coming out on Tuesday, August 29th. So at the time of filming this, it's not out yet, but it'll probably be out when you guys see it. Maybe I'll release the video on Tuesday the 29th, but that's coming out. I have pre-ordered it, so I'm definitely getting my hands on a copy. And when I go into most books usually, but mystery thrillers and Frida McFadden books, I don't want to know much about what's going on in the book. So I'm just going to read you guys the little snippet that came in the description of the book. It says, 2 women, an office filled with secrets, and a terrible crime that can't be taken back. So I can't wait to get into that one. I know it's a new release. It's going to be flying off the shelves, I'm sure. The next Frida McFadden book we're reading is Do Not Disturb. This is one that I wanted to read. We're doing it for this vlog, and the little snippet about this book is Quinn Alexander has committed an unthinkable crime. So that's a little one-liner describing the book. I think Quinn tries to run and from the cops. Did she commit the crime? Did she not commit crime? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. The final book in our Frida vlog is gonna be The X. And again, I don't like to know a lot about the Frida McFadden books, or really any book. I try to just keep to the basics. But a little snippet about this book is Cassie thinks she's met the perfect man. And it's titled The X. So there's probably gonna be some kind of relationship drama. Maybe he's crazy, maybe she's crazy. We're gonna find out.
For the rest of my TBR, I was struggling because there are a lot of books I want to read, and I didn't want to put too many on my plate because I don't know how many I'm going to get to do in September. August, at least I had a week of vacation, which gave me more time. And in September, I don't have that. So I don't know how much I'm really going to get time to read. and I hate having things that I haven't read on my TBR. And a lot of months I'm pushing things off what I intend to read and reading something else anyway. But the first one I'm going to start with, I had for a little bit. I don't think I've had in any video yet though. Called How Can I Help You by Laura Sims. And the cover alone drew my attention. It's a library card on fire. And I was drawn right away to that because I was like, what is that? So this one is also not very big, so it's probably not going to take me all that long to read this one. What's funny is this one is kind of, because we're reading The Coworker by Frida McFadden, and this one is kind of about coworkers. It's about a small town library, and there is a middle-aged woman who gets a job here. No one really knows her past, and she was a nurse with a trail of premature deaths. So it's alluding to she was killing people in her nursing position. So another new, I guess, librarian, I'm not sure if it's technically a librarian, another new employee at this small library comes on board, and when there's a tragic accident, she's actually looking at this woman as thinking she had something to do with it, like she's on to her. And so she starts digging into her past, and we all know that's not a good sign. It's not going to end well for that woman, I'm thinking. So this one intrigued me. I especially, we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but believe me, I see covers all the time and they draw me in, and I'm like, oh, I want to read that. Sometimes after reading what it's about, I put it back down, but this one seemed right up my alley. So it's on board for September. I've had it a couple months now, and I've been putting it off just because there's been so much I've wanted to read. But I feel like I'm going to get to this in September because I've been itching to read it. So it's going on to the pile.
All right, the next set of books that I want to talk about is going to be the arcs that I need to read for September. And as you guys know, I'm behind, and I do have some arc reviews coming out that the books were released last month, and I have read them. The Handyman Method by Nick Cutter and Andrew F. Sullivan, and Boys in the Valley by Philip Ficassi. Both those books I really enjoyed. They were horror books, and I will be releasing my reviews on those very soon. So the ARC books I need to get to this month are Delicate Condition, Mother-Daughter Murder Night, and Secrets Never Die. Delicate Condition is already out. It came out August 1st. I was very excited to get this arc because I know it is a thriller. It has been described as The Push meets The Silent Patient. And I know this is a book about a woman who may be trying to get pregnant and someone doesn't want her to get pregnant. So I think it's going to be a thriller, more of like a domestic type thriller. So we will see. Hopefully I will be able to get to this and get an arc review posted for this one. The next book is A Mother-Daughter Murder Night. This is a book, if you guys saw our Wishing Game vlog, Jen gifted me this arc. Jen won this arc and I wanted to read it, so she sent it to me, and I will be reading this book. It comes out September 23rd, and I'm getting the feeling that this might give me Finley Donovan vibes, and that's what I want. There is a mother-daughter duo, and I think they kind of get caught up in some kind of murder that happens. I think they're investigating it. So I can't wait to read this, and I'm just hoping it gives me Finley Donovan vibes because, as you guys know, I love the Finley Donovan series. The last arc that I need to read is called Secrets Never Die. This is a YA thriller, and you're following Sam, and him and his friends every year have a funeral for their secrets, which I think is kind of a cool concept if you're, a kid, a teenager, and I don't know much more about it than that, but I hope this will be a quick read since it's YA. It shouldn't take me too long, and it is coming out in September.
The next one, also, the cover really intrigued me, and this is considered horror. Josh Malerman, I have noticed for a while now, and I haven't read anything by him, and this cover really intrigued me. So this is the author of Bird Box. And I saw I believe it was Netflix movie, and I didn't read, it was based on his book, and I didn't read that, but Bird Box the movie was a very intriguing idea, very original, and I've talked about it a lot, how much I am drawn to things like that. So this one is about a group of kids, summer before college, and there's one night where one of her friends, the main character is not Daphne, but the ghost story that they tell when they're all together is about Daphne. It's a woman, or a young girl, I guess, who died under mysterious circumstances. And once her teammates are telling this ghost story, they start disappearing one by one. And the main character is trying to figure out what's going on, and so that she doesn't end up dead. So I feel like this is another one that sounded very intriguing, and it's not that long either. And I feel like in September, because it's fall and it's starting to go into October and Halloween, and I mean, pumpkin spice is already out at the Starbucks, and there's pumpkin everything. Even in the last video I did, I was at Home Goods and fall decor is out. I feel like things happen sooner and sooner before they actually come, but September feels like it's leading into fall and spooky season and Halloween. So this one felt appropriate to read as we go into the fall.
Okay, the next two books that I'm going to talk about are just books that I just personally want to read. They're not specifically for vlogs or ARC reviews, but I recently found a copy of Three Assassins by Kotaro Isaka. I hope I'm saying that right. And this book kind of drew me in because it's about a man whose wife gets murdered, and he gives up this law-abiding, good person lifestyle. He goes rogue. He joins this gang to try to find out what happened to her and get revenge. And I don't know if you guys love those revenge movies, but I love the thriller revenge action movies where there's just a normal guy and something terrible happens to him and he has to go back and get revenge, kind of like the Punisher type movies. I'm really hoping that this book stands up to my expectations. Even though I haven't heard anything about it, it just kind of drew me in. I saw it in the store and I thought this sounds interesting.
So the next one I had read a review on, and I can't remember where I read the review on this, but it's a concept I feel I have read, though I couldn't pinpoint what book I have read that this happened. Or maybe I just know of this concept, but it's about two friends. Something tragic happens and they end up parting, and I believe it's revolving around a murder, and both of them end up not talking anymore. And then years later, one of them is like a failed novelist, and the other one, she ends up seeing her on top the New York Times bestseller, and the book she wrote was about what happened all those years ago and what drove them apart. So she decides to go to a signing that this woman is saying she's going to be at, that she put on social media. And there was a quote on the front that is, "Not since Gone Girl has there been a sociopath that's been so bewitching." And I read and saw Gone Girl. I actually enjoyed, I thought it was a good depiction, but I actually enjoyed the book better. The movie did, I thought, a decent job, but I thought this might be something similar. It's another cover that intrigued me, but I felt like this was going to be something I'm going to read in September. If there was anything that got kicked off the list, though, I think this might get kicked into a different month, which always seems to happen every month for me for my TBR, but I have a feeling a lot of people go through that. I don't think it's just me.
The next book that I just want to read for me is Jade City by Fonda Lee. And I know you guys are probably tired of seeing this book. Yes, it was on my TBR as a potential last month. I was trying to decide whether I want to read this or Mistborn, and I was recommended to read this first. So I'm going to try to get to this book this month. I am the type of person that will sit and read every book in a series back to back to back. So once I start this, I have a feeling I'm going to want to read books 2 and 3 of the trilogy. So That might be a whole vlog. I don't know.
The last one is a vlog we decided to do in September that we each read something on our own and talk about it, but we each pick a book that we really think is going to be a 5-star read. Now, I've been having a pretty decent year when it comes to books, and it's something that I feel is just weird because I don't usually find that many great books. I usually even find ones that I don't want to finish. So I don't know what kind of good luck I should probably play the lottery or something that I have had so many good reads. And so I felt like this is where it ends up that I pick one and it isn't good. I feel like my luck will probably go the other way because I am picking something that I'm sure is a 5-star read, because I feel like a lot of what I loved this year, I went in with little to no expectation and picking up things that I probably wouldn't normally have read, like Fourth Wing, even Catriona Ward's Looking Glass Sound. I wasn't entirely sure I wanted to read it, and I thought, hey, I'll give it a chance. So it feels like those are usually the ones. So the one I chose, and we're gonna unveil it during the vlog. So obviously I am not going to show you what it is here. I didn't even want to. We decided to wrap it and we're going to unveil it in the video that we do. And I'm not going to say much about it, just that I read a good review. It was another cover that drew me in, and it seems to be the theme of this TBR. And it is a hardcover. I'm not going to say what genre. And it could be old, it could be new, it could be, well, I guess if it's hardcover, it kind of means it's kind of new. But it is a mystery, and I mean mystery as in you don't know what it is and not the genre until I unwrap it in the vlog. And I am excited to read it. I was trying not to have too much expectation, but the fact that I'm saying it's a possible 5-star, that comes with some expectation. So those are the ones I'm picking for September. I'm really hoping that I keep the good streak going. I think with Frida, it's gonna at least start off September with a good way. So that is my September. And I will catch you on the other side to let you know how it goes.
So Jen and I had an idea of a vlog for September. We want to do a reading vlog on a book that we think is going to be a 5-star read for us. And we want that to be a surprise for you guys. We're not reading the same book. We have picked separate books. I have no idea what Jen picked. She has no idea what I picked. But we think these books could be potential 5 stars. So we have a potential 5-star read. And I wrapped it because I just want to make it a surprise for the vlog, and we will see. Is this going to be a 5-star read? Is it not going to be a 5-star read? I don't know, but you will have to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so when our vlog comes out, you will be able to see what books we read and if we gave them 5 stars or not. That is my aggressive September TBR, just like my August was aggressive. I have a lot of books to read for vlogs. I have a lot of arcs to read. We have all kinds of content coming out for you guys. So please stick around, and we hope you have enjoyed this video.